Hi and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto podcast. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And we're going to have a bit of a conspiracy video. Why not? Let's do it. And let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything that I cover off in this video. Nick and myself have said that, we perhaps shouldn't trust the bullishness of the current market with everything that's happening within the traditional finance space, the wars, the inflation, the Fed rate hikes, and all this stuff doesn't seem so positive. But the market is, well, at least it seems, on the face of it, that it's really, really bullish. And I think a lot of people have been, fooled really when it comes to this actual pump to the upside. But you need to let me know in the comments below your thoughts and your opinions on all of this. Are you bullish? Are we now going to see, some fantastic price discovery, or are you a little bit more cautious and waiting for a confirmation of a bottom? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. So in this video, I'm going to look to predict the next big thing that pulls the market down, that black swan event that cannot be foreseen by anybody. I'm going to make a prediction in this video just for fun. It might not come to fruition, but I do think that it's something that we should look at and take seriously. So let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so I'm going to start here, and I think this is the potential black swan that we could be seeing in the future, and that is around Justin Sun, around TRX, BTT, and all of this market manipulation. So basically, the SEC are looking to sue Justin Sun, and this might not come as news because this is something that's been covered an awful lot, obviously, amongst some other influencers. I believe this is mainly down to potential wash trading, manipulations of markets, and various other I guess things that have been alleged by the SEC. So allegations at this stage, unproven. Lindsay Lohan is one that's also been sued by the SEC. Jake Paul, various others, but this one's rather interesting, and it does stick out like a sore thumb to me. Obviously, he's part of the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 exchange. We got BitTorrent, we got Tron, very big ties with Tether as well, and one of the biggest movers of Tether in the space, and then USDD. Obviously, you got 𝗕𝗃𝗪𝗏 here joining BitTorrent chain ecosystem, build blockchain super network, and this is all rather interesting. And look, like, why am I sort of calling this out as a potential black swan event? Well, I have in a few podcasts and a few videos mentioned, particularly around BUSD, when we had the event where the SEC were going after BUSD, right? And I kind of said that my biggest concern was people were going to move out of BUSD, a heavily regulated stablecoin out of New York through Paxos, and go into other stablecoins. And we've recently seen USDC depeg, obviously, with other banking issues that we won't go into in too much detail, but we will touch on the banking sector and its role in all of this potential black swan event that I am forecasting to happen. Like that people would come out of these stable coins and move into others and lose their money. And BUSD was one of the stable coins of choice for me, followed by USDC, and then Tether. Now, I think we're going to have potential big problems with Tether. One thing that I haven't mentioned, and I don't know if I've got an article here. I don't think I do, but basically Tron it was heavily connected to Alameda Research, and lots of USDT transfers between the two parties as well. So this is where it gets a little bit more sinister and a little bit more interesting for me. I think there is far more that is meeting the eye than just these articles going around that the SEC are suing Justin Sun. I think that there's far more to this story. Now, obviously, we've had the pumps of the market, where lots of people are very bullish and talking about Bitcoin going to 40, 50, 60. I mean, blimey, even one person's come out and said that it's going to $1 million within the next 6 months, which is coming up to 5 months now. And look, I think there's a very good reason for a lot of the action that we're seeing. And I don't think it's really, proper market moves. And we see some, invalidations on some of the Elliott wave theory. And I think a lot of this is down to the likes of Binance moving their recovery fund out of BUSD into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. I think this is what's moving the market unrealistically compared to the actual macro landscape. And I think people are just ignoring this. I think this is a very good reason why we've seen sort of the market move like this. And, I think that, a lot of people have been sucked in, particularly retail. I think that this here on this chart, in this box here, this big move to the upside, and even this one, from all the way down here, I think all of this is potentially the biggest bull trap in history that we've had for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I think that retail are becoming exit liquidity for big players, and that's kind of what I'm forecasting. I am forecasting a big pull down to the downside, right? And I don't think we've seen quite what I anticipate to happen just yet. And people can call me crazy, but let me know what your thoughts are once you've heard out like the full video here. Because there is more that I want to cover off that kind of links back to why I have these big concerns, right? And seeing Binance obviously finding a bug and suffering a 2-hour spot market outage due to the software bug seems very interesting, and I don't know whether I'm buying it and believing it. I think that there's an awful lot of stuff going on, and I think a lot of market manipulation. Now, I'm not suggesting that Binance are a part of that, but I do find this sort of activity very questionable. But let's get into to like the banking stuff. We're seeing obviously Signature Bank collapse spells trouble for crypto industry, and I think a lot of people don't understand what that trouble is. Part of that bank is Signet, which is now basically in control of the Fed, the government, and have a look at some of these clients. Alameda Research, and this circles back to this, I believe anyway, that Justin Sun's being sued by the SEC. I think that it could be something to do with the information held with the government now and the Fed from Signet, and we could be seeing more and more come from this. Again, Binance also on there, Bitstamp, the CEX.io Corp US and Limited Europe, Currency.com Limited, FTX US, Fireblocks, Galaxy Digital Trading, Genesis Block, all of these different companies. Now, why am I highlighting these as potential risks? 𝗕𝗄𝗪, another one, again going back to the Justin Sun here. Nexo, OKCoin Europe and USA, Prime Trust, TrueCoin. Why am I highlighting all of this? Well, they're going to have access to all of the transactions and everything that's been happening from, Justin Sun and various other exchanges and all this sort of stuff that's been, happening on all these other ecosystems. The links between some of these people and FTX, the links between some of these people and Alameda Research and various other failed hedge funds. I think that there is a tsunami of bad news that is eventually going to, become public. And, I'm just guessing, but like putting these little nuggets of information together does seem rather interesting and concerning. Now, I fear for the likes of 𝗕𝗃, Tron, BTT, Orbi, and some of the others that I've mentioned. Stablecoin wise, maybe there isn't a stablecoin that is safe anymore, and maybe it's not a wise idea to hold your crypto in stablecoins at the moment, unless it's a decentralized one that's regulated well. But you got to go find that and do your research on it and make sure that you're comfortable holding the risk of a stable coin. And I wanted to not scare anybody, but I kind of wanted to say, look, it's easy to be bullish all the time and get stuff wrong 95% of the time, and it doesn't seem to make any difference for people watching. If you're bullish all the time and you make mistake after mistake after mistake, it doesn't seem to get noticed for some unbeknown reason to me. But if you're bearish in any way and you're trying to basically protect people's wealth and keep people safe in the crypto space, and you're perhaps bearish for a phase of time, the one mistake that you make is going to be the one that gets called out and put under that microscope and shared and all this sort of stuff. Even though you've navigated this space impeccably, highlighting FTX, highlighting BlockFi, telling people to have good risk management, telling people about the risks, telling people that the whales are selling, and being, literally, unemotional, just looking at the data. It doesn't matter how right you are, percentage wise compared to how often you're wrong. If you're bearish, you seem to get a really bad sort of press in the crypto space, particularly on Twitter and YouTube. But look, let me know your thoughts, your opinions. We're not changing. We're just going to tell you how we see it, share what we see. Obviously, we're not financial advisors, make no investment decisions based on anything that Nick or myself say in our videos. If you are looking for financial advice, go find a financial advisor. Treat this as educational purposes only. Make sure that you do you, because I'm just going to do me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.